Example 3. I want to find the product of negative 4x times 6x plus 3. So in order to find the product, I need to distribute the negative 4x through the parentheses. So I would have negative 4x times 6x plus 3. I would take negative 4x times 6x, so I would get negative 24 x squared, and I would take negative 4x times 3, so I would have negative 12x. I want to find the product of 7p squared t times the quantity 3p squared t minus 2p t squared plus 5t cubed. So I would take 7p squared t and multiply it by 3p squared t. So 7 times 3 gives me 21. P squared times p squared gives me p to the 4th, since I add the exponents. T times t would give me t squared. Then I multiply 7 times negative 2pt squared, and I'll get negative 14 p cubed t cubed. Then I would take 7p squared t and multiply it by 5t cubed. So that would give me 7 times 5, which is 35. There are no p's in this 5t squared term, so I would just have p squared. And then t times t cubed would give me t to the 4th. So now that we've just multiplied a monomial by a polynomial, we have to study how to multiply two polynomials. So if I have two binomials, I multiply each term in the first by each term in the second. So I would have a times c, a times b, b times c, and b times d. So I have to multiply every term in the first by every term in the second. So to multiply two polynomials, multiply each term in the first polynomial by each term in the second polynomial. Then to combine like terms if possible. So I want to find the product of x plus 4 times x plus 8. So this process, when I have two binomials, is also called FOILing, where the f stands for the first, which means I multiply x times x and get x squared. The o represents outside, so I would take x times 8 and get 8x. The I represents inside, so I would take 4 times x and get 4x. And the L represents last, so I would take the 4 times the 8 and get 32. So when I combine like terms, I get x squared plus 12x plus 32. So this is multiplying two binomials or using FOIL. So if I want to find the product of 5p minus 6w times 3p plus 2w, I will FOIL once again. So I would have first, outside, inside, last. So I'd have 5p times 3p, so that gives me 15p squared. I would have 5p times 2w, so that gives me 10pw. I would have negative 6w times 3p, which would give me negative 18pw. And then I would have negative 6w times 2w, which gives me negative 12w squared. So when I combine like terms, I would have 15p squared minus 8pw minus 12w squared.